History is usually written by those who dwell in the light, the heroes, the conquerors, and the gods of the sun. But beneath the roots of the mountains and under the deepest floor of the ocean lies a kingdom that receives every soul that has ever walked the earth. Ruling this vast, silent empire is a figure often painted as a villain, a cold-hearted jailer, or a monster of the dark. Yet, if we look closer at the ancient scrolls, we find the most disciplined, just, and loyal of all the Olympian gods. He is Hades, the eldest son of Cronus, the master of all the world's wealth, and the king of the Underworld. Today, we aren't just looking at the scary stories, we are dissecting the true character, the epic wars, and the lonely power of the god who holds the keys to the afterlife. Welcome to Preyo Tidings. To understand the King of Shadows, we must go back to the beginning, to a birth marked by tragedy. Hades was born on the island of Crete, the first son of the Titans Cronus and Rhea. But instead of a father's embrace, he was met with a father's fear. Terrified by a prophecy that his children would overthrow him, Cronus swallowed Hades whole the moment he was born. Hades spent his formative years in the absolute darkness of his father's stomach. It was here that his stoic nature was forged. When his younger brother Zeus finally freed the siblings, they emerged not as children, but as warriors ready for revenge. This triggered the Titanomachy, a 10-year war that shook the heavens. While Zeus used his thunderbolts to strike from above, Hades became the tactical phantom of the battlefield. The Cyclopes forged for him a legendary gift, the Helm of Darkness. This was no ordinary helmet. It granted him absolute invisibility and the power to radiate a fear so intense that even the bravest titans would tremble. Hades didn't just fight, he dismantled his enemies from the shadows. When the war ended and the titans were cast into the abyss of Tartarus, the three brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, drew lots to divide the universe. Hades drew the short straw, the Underworld, but he didn't complain. He took his dark crown and built an empire of order.
Hades' domain was not just a cave or a dark pit. It was a complex divine civilization. It was a realm of finality, bordered by 5 mystical rivers that served as the veins of his kingdom. First, the Styx, the river of hatred, where gods took unbreakable oaths. Then, the Acheron, the river of pain, where the ferryman Charon waited to collect his toll. There was the Lethe, whose waters brought total forgetfulness to those who drank. The Phlegethon, a roaring river of liquid fire. And finally, the Cocytus, the river of wailing, filled with the cries of the unburied. Hades was the ultimate administrator of justice. He oversaw the Elysian fields, a paradise for heroes, the asphodel meadows for those who lived ordinary lives, and the terrifying pit of Tartarus, where the wicked were punished for eternity. This wasn't a place of chaos, it was a perfect divine bureaucracy. Why do the ancients call him the Rich One? In Greek, he is often referred to as Pluton. Because he rules the underground, every ounce of gold, silver, and diamond hidden in the earth belongs to him. He is the provider of the earth's fertility and its hidden treasures. His power is not flashy like Zeus's lightning. It is quiet and absolute. He wields the bident, a 2-pronged spear used to shatter obstacles or guide the spirits. At his side stands Cerberus, the 3-headed hound, whose only job is to ensure the living do not enter and the dead never leave. Hades' power is the power of finality. Once he makes a decision, it is etched in stone. Even the other gods of Olympus hesitate to enter his court, for in the underworld, his word is the only law.
We cannot speak of Hades without the most famous story of all, the taking of Persephone. Sitting on his obsidian throne,
Hades grew lonely. With the secret permission of Zeus, he emerged from the earth in a black chariot and took Persephone to be his bride. While this caused the first winter on earth due to the grief of her mother, Demeter, the myth hides a deeper truth. Unlike the other gods who had countless affairs, Hades was a devoted and loyal husband. He gave Persephone equal power, making her the Iron Queen. She wasn't his prisoner, she was his partner in judgment. Their union represents the cycle of life and death, reminding us that even in the darkest realm, there is a place for love. Throughout history, many tried to outsmart Hades, but none succeeded. Take Sisyphus, the king who tried to cheat death twice. Hades did not simply kill him, he gave him a punishment that fit his ego, rolling a massive boulder up a hill for eternity, only for it to roll back down every time. Then there was Heracles, the greatest hero of all. When he came to the Underworld to borrow Cerberus, Hades didn't use magic. He stood his ground and made a deal. Defeat the beast with your bare hands, and you may take him. Hades valued strength, honesty, and the following of rules. He was the one god who could not be bribed, and he was the shield that protected Olympus from the giants during the great Gigantomachy.
Hades is not the devil. He is the guardian of the balance. He represents the silent truth we all eventually face, that life is a fleeting shadow, but the soul is eternal. He is the stern judge, the wealthy protector, and the silent king who keeps the world in order while the others play in the sun. What do you think? Is Hades the most misunderstood figure in mythology? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you want more deep dives into the legends of the past, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Preyo Tidings.